DynamicCardStore.com to get the cards. Icons, legends aiming at the stars. Hursty at checkout to save your plenty. Now your bank account won't be staying empty. DynamicCardStore.com. Use code Hursty. Go on.
Hey there guys, welcome back to Hursty Games and welcome to a player review of the Team of the Week Mahrez card. Now this is a card that I was personally quite interested in because he's someone that can potentially fill in at my right mid spot. Lucas is a player that for a while I have wanted to upgrade, but I think Mahrez, now that he's out there, it's time for me to try out his Inform because I like his base card. It's time to see if his Inform is worth the price that he is. He's currently 160 to 170k on the market. I think at the time we're doing this, cheapest was 176 and I sniped on at 167 with a Hunter Chem style on it as well, so I was pretty happy with that. But medium work rates, obviously that left foot, 5-star skill moves, which is lovely, 4-star weak foot, which is perfect. And then look at the in-games, he's got some really nice stats. So with the Hunter Chem style on him, I think he goes up to 94 pace, which is very good indeed. Goes up to about 90 shooting as well. Great agility, fantastic balance, decent enough stamina for me. A little bit on the weaker side, not particularly physical, but I don't think that's too different from Lucas. I think the main thing here is that Mahrez is going to have better dribbling. I think he's a little bit slower, better shooting, and I think he's going to be a very good card regardless. So he's going into my exact same normal team, and he is going to be filling in at right cam. So this is a review of him playing as a cam. Let's see how he does. Going into game number 1 of this episode and also on my PS5. First time I'm actually playing a game of FIFA on the PS5. It's a pretty good team. That Inform Benzema is a very good card. Let's see if we can beat it. Okay, we're going to start off and get the ball to Mahrez straight away here. See if he's got the beating of a player like Costa there. He does straight away. Very nice indeed. Teller's a good little left back as well. Mahrez has done well. I kind of messed up that turn after the roulette, but his pace feels really good. So he doesn't feel slow. Obviously, he's not going to be as quick as someone as Lucas, but he felt pretty good off the mark there. Let's see again if we can make... Okay, maybe I can't do skill moves today. This will be fun. Suka's going to play the ball up to Rashford here. Going to play it down to Mahrez. Mahrez going to try and play it inside to Rashford. Oh, I end up losing it, but Rashford gets into a really good spot, as I've always said. But Mahrez kind of feels quite similar. He does drift inside a little bit, and I don't necessarily have my wide cams on drift inside, but he does seem to drift kind of somewhat anyway, which I'm not massively against because actually quite often it's nice to have those extra players in the middle. I guess Werner kind of does something similar. Lucas doesn't really drift in as much, but sometimes it can mean that you've just got that extra player just a little bit more central, which can be quite helpful sometimes. And here Mahrez again, really nice turn there. Oh, manages to get past Tellers. Tellers does get back. We do win the free kick. That'd have been perfect if I could have got the cross in. Sadly, I couldn't, but we are going to try a free kick here with Mahrez. I'll make sure Mahrez is the one taking this. So when the referee decides to let me carry on, that'd be nice. Mahrez has got some okay free kick stats. He doesn't really have anything crazy in regards to stats on the card. I'm going to try a shot here, though. I think he's expecting probably a cross. And I'm going to try it, and I've maybe messed that up a little bit, but not bad. Ball out wide here to Mahrez. Mahrez just going to take his time. Just want to see if we can play a nice simple pass inside to Suka, which we do. And then Mahrez there on the pass, then makes the run. Oh, had the beating again of Tellez. Diego Carlos does tackle him, but Mahrez gets up nice and quickly and manages to foul, but not give away a foul against Diego Carlos, which is really nice to see. Really good turn inside there. Let's see if we can just keep this ball. See if we can find a pass. Not quite. Again, his dribbling feels really good. I have to say, on the dribble, he feels absolutely phenomenal. So I'm a big fan of his actual dribbling. His pace, although it's not as high as someone like Lucas, he doesn't feel much slower, which is quite nice as well. He's done really well there to get that ball off to Seedorf. We're going to try the double R1 to get past Tellers, but it doesn't work that time. But again, I'm enjoying the dribbling. I'll have to say not much end product at the moment, but he's good on the ball, which is a good plus at the moment. Half time, got him involved a few times, but nothing, like I said, in regards to him actually contributing to a goal. A few times where he's had good positions to maybe get an assist, that kind of thing. But so far, he himself, I don't think, has actually had a shot. And that's mainly down to me finding it difficult to get him into those positions. I think his dribbling is very good. I think his skill moves are quite good. I think if I wasn't concentrating so much on it being a review, I think he maybe would have given more opportunities in regards to, you know, giving an assist for like a Suka or for Rashford. But I have to say so far, he's playing well. I like him. He's getting a lot of possession, obviously, with me playing the ball to him quite actively, quite a lot. But I have to say, at the moment, I'm saying he's maybe not quite worth the coins yet. But we'll see if in the second half, maybe he can just contribute a little bit more. Get the ball out to Mahrez here with a little bit of space. We're going to try a little heel to heel. Then the double R1. We're going to dink this ball into the box. Up to Suka. It's a good cross. Not a best header from Suka. But I have to say that was a nice little bit of play there for Mahrez. As soon as he had that space, he committed Telles forward. And all I had to do was wait for Mahrez to get back on side after asking him to make that sprint. And I had plenty of space there for Mahrez. And he got himself that cross in there. Nice little cross. Good bit of play. But sadly, didn't lead to a goal. Rashford now. Going to have to wait. Going to have to find our time. Mahrez is quite central here. So this could be a chance for us to maybe get Mahrez finally having a shot on the goal. We get it out to him. We're going to shoot a little bit of an awkward sort of footing for him. Oh, Werner was offside in the end, which is a real shame. But it was on his first turn. He was, again, sort of his weight was against him there a little bit. But it's a real shame. It's our first chance with Mahrez. Good shot, but an easy save. Get the ball here to Suka. Suka's allowed sort of Rashford to run inside of him. Mahrez here on the ball. Going to play that ball over the top here. Can Rashford get there first? Oh, it's a little bit lucky. I don't think it's going to be an assist for Mahrez because I think the defender headed it instead of Rashford when he knocked it past the keeper. But I have to say, a really good ball from Mahrez. I think Rashford could have scored from that assist. And I have to say, one of the best bits of play we've had. And again, that's with Mahrez cutting inside. So it could be that maybe Mahrez is a little bit more suited to like a central cam role. I think he can do this job out wide. We can see here that he's again, a little bit caught up with Telles there. But I think with a little bit of support, I think he's a very, very good wide cam. Ball here with Rashford. Rashford now, really good hold-up play and allows Mahrez to break through here. Mahrez is going to be cleaned through one-on-one with Alisson. Going to cut in onto his left foot. It was such a heavy touch. He really should have done better there. He doesn't win the penalty there after being taken down as well. I have to say, that is a wasted chance from Mahrez. He really should have scored that. It took him ages to actually take the shot that I asked him to take, which is a real, real shame. But I feel like he could have done a lot better there. And I feel like if we now concede, instead of being 2-1 up, we would have been 2-1 down, and it would have been down partly to Mahrez, but thankfully we don't concede it, and it's still 1-1, and that is full time. That is a real, real shame to waste that chance at the end there. Really could be doing with some wins because I'm trying to get my my Div Rival points up before I start my Champs game. So I have to say, I'm a little bit disappointed with him. He got a 6.9. That is not a particularly good match rating for his first game there. I have to say, bit of a dud game in general. You can see I've had a few shots, but I really feel like a draw was kind of destined for that game. Bit of a dead game, and not overly convinced with Mahrez. Good points, but a few sort of meh points as well. Okay, into game number 2, and we come up against a pretty cool little hybrid team here. Obviously, a Liga Santander and Premier League hybrid. Very, very, very good players in the squad as well. That red João Felix I'm quite jealous of, but good little squad. Mahrez on the ball here. Can he turn Yuri here? He does turn him pretty well, but Yuri turns him back and gets that ball back. I have to say, there seems to be a little bit of a theme. He doesn't seem to be able to take many people on at the moment, and I don't know if that's mainly down to Mahrez or me not being the best at skill moves, but I feel like normally I'm beating players a little bit better than I am with Mahrez. Does that make sense? I just feel like maybe he's not beating people as often as he maybe should. I don't know. Maybe it's down to me not being the best skiller, but well, I guess time will tell. And maybe we can start a bit of an attack here. Mahrez gets a really good position here. Can we get that low-driven cross in? We can. It's not really the best cross, so sadly it wasn't particularly where I wanted it. But I'm going to waste the shot. And sadly that attack is, well, wasted, like I said. That's half time. It's 0-0. Another pretty dud game, I have to say. It's been, I don't know if it's how I'm playing today or whatever, but the games just feel a little bit boring. They just feel a little bit like not too many chances are happening either end. I have to say again, Mahrez not particularly involved. I don't know how many highlights I'm actually going to get for either of these games because he just doesn't seem to be getting too involved. And I think it's very evident that he isn't as quick as other people, and I really didn't think the pace was going to be quite as much of an issue as it has been, but I'm up against an 83 rated left back. In the last game I played against Telles, there are better left backs in the game in regards to, you know, how meta they are, and he's struggling to really shine against them, and that's a bit of a telling sign for me. Seedorf on the ball here. We're going to see if Mahrez can make a decent little run. He does make a good run here, but Yuri again beats him to it. I don't know what it is, man. He just doesn't seem to have the beating of players consistently. And I feel like with a wide attacker, especially up against the fullback, you want people that can consistently take on players. And he just doesn't feel like that at the moment. Mahrez going to turn inside and find a nice little pass to Rashford. We're going to hope that Mahrez can make a little run here. Going to play it over the top. First touch. What you got for me, mate? That is not the best first touch. Somehow he's managed to keep hold of the ball, which is fine by me, obviously, because I like possession. Nice little... I forget what that skill was actually called. I want to say it's called an Elastico, but I don't think it is. But now Rashford with a chance. We do get the goal, and that is down to, obviously, Mahrez helping keep possession in that corner there. again, I'm not entirely convinced. Good stuff from Mahrez in that one. I can't take anything away from him. His chest was an awful first touch, but then the skill move afterwards to keep possession and play the ball in to allow the assist was very good. So, again, a little bit hot and cold. Mahrez here with a bit of time, a bit of space. Adama Traore is going to be the man that's nearest to him to potentially try and tackle him here. I'm going to try and rainbow flick it over. I asked for the simple one. He's tried to do the advanced one. We get lucky and get a free kick here, but I am not happy at the fact that he's tried to do that fancy free kick, rainbow flick when I haven't asked him to do so. Can he maybe make up for it here with what's going to have to be a perfect free kick? It's a good effort. It's a good save, though. It was a good free kick, I have to say. It was a very, very good free kick indeed, but it was a nice and straightforward save in the end for a keeper like ter Stegen. And I think that game is going to end 1-1 as well, like the other one. And it is. So, I have to say, I feel like I'm not entirely convinced with how good he is. I don't know how to word this other than I don't really like him. And that sounds crazy to say because I actually quite like regular Mahrez, but I didn't like this card. Another 6.9. This is a tough review. The reason I say this is a tough review is because I feel like it was tough to even really get highlights. So it's tough for me to kind of portray to you how this guy played for me. I have to say I wasn't overly convinced. I wasn't massively impressed, but maybe that's again down to me and how I'm playing. And, you know, I played against two people that had just short of 1900 skill rating. So they were just outside of Div 1 and I'm on just under 1800. So I'm playing against people that are obviously right at the top of Div 2. And they were tricky to beat and they were tricky to try and, you know, play against. And 2 1-1 draws shows that. But I have to say, other than what was sort of an assist for Rashford, which he didn't really quite get. And then in the other game, he was part of the build-up for the other goal. And I have to say, I'm not overly convinced with this card. I think someone who's better at skill moves would probably utilise him a lot better than I did. I would say he can probably do a good job at central cam. I think when he was in the middle of the pitch, he felt a little bit more influential. But overall, playing as a wide cam or even as a right wing, if that's how you're going to play him, I'm not overly convinced with this card. And for me, I'm going to be selling him straight away because I'm going to get Lucas back in. And I preferred Lucas. I have to say, I think he felt a little bit better for me. It was very telling for me at half-time. And there were a couple of times in the second game when the other guy paused it to make substitutions. For me, I wanted to bring a player on. And to take off a player, it would have had to be Mahrez. Because the other players just felt a lot better. And I felt like I could have got something from them. But obviously, doing a review of Mahrez, I'm not going to substitute him off the pitch, am I? So it was a tricky one. I have to say, I feel like he could have done better. But for me, it's a no-go. I will be selling him straight away and hopefully getting as many of my coins back and not losing out too much on tax. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do leave a like on the video. It's greatly appreciated. Make sure you sub to the channel if you want to see more content and turn on notifications to be told anytime that we upload a video or indeed go live with a live stream. But for now, guys, I want to say a massive thank you for watching. I've been Tom. You guys have been awesome. And I'll see you soon. Look after yourselves and, of course, wash your hands.
What?
In a bit.
Nah, his name is Hursty. Slap bald head, yeah, it'll probably hurt me. Bang top bins, it'll probably hurt you. Ginger, streamer, platform, YouTube. Drop a name in the chat or say hello. Entertain, yeah, you already know. Capital H, yeah, I'm a read it slow. Hursty games, yeah, you already know.